Do you ever drive down a dark, desolate highway at night, potentially blaring some Matchbox 20, or just vibing with some friends, or you're coming home from a long-ass work shift and you see something from the corner of your eyes, or you drive down a road that is almost positively haunted? Maybe you grew up in a small town and heard some old urban legends. That's right, today we are talking about haunted highways in America. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Phantom of the Indie Review. I'm your host, Cadillac Coupe the Dill. It is now October, finally. My little creatures can come out of the woodwork and play now. No one can say shit to us. And though I got many horror movies coming this month, true crime videos, a bunch of insane crap, I wanted to start the horror season off with something I find genuinely disturbing. Not that I've ever been on one, but oftentimes I see them on YouTube, and I want to talk about haunted highways with ghostly apparitions, creepy lore to it, and just straight up insanity. We are on the cusp of 4,000 subscribers by Halloween. This is the month we gotta do it, guys. Help me boost this shit up. Come hang out with me. If you want to go ghost hunting down an old highway in your hometown, and hit that subscribe button.
If you want.
And if you want to come out of the gate swinging saying, hey man, it's reportedly haunted, we don't have proof to back up the information yet, come on, I'm just trying to tell some scary stories. And for this video specifically, I'm going to keep it real with the United States of America, baby, because that's where I'm from. I feel like being more closer to some of these ones make it more haunting. And macabre paranormal tales span all the way from Wisconsin down to the barrens of New Jersey itself. And there are so many creepy ones. So let's just dive right into it. First off, let's talk about 22 Mine Road in Holden, West Virginia. 22 Mine Road is reportedly haunted by the ghost of Mamie Thurman. Oh my god, the ghost of Mamie, dude. That's just a creepy name. Who was found murdered and dumped along the road on June 22nd, 1932. It's crazy to me because the 70s harbored so many serial killers, like that fat clown dude, Ted Bundy, Jeff Dahmer, and like so many people were getting murked off in the 1920s and 1930s. There's not even any records for it, and that's a creepy part. You almost hear these urban legends and they're like, someone was murdered but nobody knows how. It's like, damn. And then there's also that little side note where it's like, you ever see a ghost and they look like they're from the 1920s or the 1930s? Why don't we ever see a ghost wearing like a Nirvana t-shirt and a beanie? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe hopefully in the future that will be the new take on what ghosts look like. But right now they're creepy, dude. Those long dresses or suits and ties. In 1932, Mamie Thurman was a pretty dark-haired woman at the age of 31. She was a housewife and was married to a local policeman in Logan, West Virginia, which is a little less than 3 hours away from Hocking Hills. I don't know the significance of what that means. Mamie was also an active churchgoer at Nightburnt Memorial in downtown Logan and a member of the Logan Women's Club. The couple rented a 2-bedroom apartment over a garage which was located in the backyard of 42-year-old Harry Robertson and his wife Louise's house. On Wednesday, June 22nd, Garland Davis, a 32-year-old deaf mute, was picking berries near the top of Trace Mountain when he stumbled across the grisly sight, the body of a young woman who had been shot and stabbed and left discarded in a ditch. When the police arrived, the body was identified as Mamie. Nothing at the scene suggested robbery was a motive. Her pocketbook was found near her, which contained $8 in cash, like she was big ballin' on a budget, and cigarettes wrapped in paper. She was wearing a wristwatch, a gold diamond ring, and an engagement ring. It looks like whoever murdered her might have did it for the sick fun of it, or maybe they had some beef with her. Her neighbor Harry Robertson and his handyman slash chauffeur slash hunting buddy Clarence Stevenson were accused of the murder. Robertson had readily admitted to having an affair with Mamie for nearly 2 years. The meetings were arranged by Clarence Stevenson, who would pretend to go on hunting trips with Harry, then would drop him off at a certain rendezvous to meet Mamie. A lover's quarrel, what can you say? And the fact that she was murdered on the side of the road by a highway suggests that to this day she haunts the grounds looking for her ex-lover. I don't know if that's the truth behind it, but disturbing story in nature, very creepy. And I find it fascinating sometimes with stories and murders that it gets attached to the horror aspect. Like clearly this one seems to have been a lover's quarrel gone wrong, an affair gone murderous, and now people chalk it up to a brutal horror story. However, Clinton Road in West Milford, Passaic County, New Jersey is the subject of local folklore that includes alleged sightings of ghosts, strange creatures, and gatherings of witches, Satanists, and even worse, the KKK. Supposedly, if a person visits one of the bridges at the reservoir and throws a penny in the water, within a minute it will be thrown back out by the ghost of the boy who drowned while swimming below, or had fallen in while sitting on the edge. We don't know if the boy fell in or if he was swimming, but he died. And apparently he was uppity. He's like, I don't want your penny, dude. Get the shit out of here. What do you think? I'm a wishing well? Throw that bank in. Give me that. Like, maybe if you throw your black Visa card in, that shit won't float back up easily. But yeah, the Ghost Boy Bridge, as it is called, is a very haunted area. And besides the Ghost Boy himself, there have been other ghosts. And there are even claims by someone who said they even saw a ghost Camaro driven by a girl who supposedly died when she crashed in 1988. I don't know if I could process that, dude. Seeing a ghost on the side of the highway is one thing, but seeing a ghost Camaro... I just got done talking about Stephen King stuff, and now it feels like I'm talking about Stephen King stuff all over again. Another person claimed to have encountered 2 park rangers one night while camping with friends near Terrence Pond. They turned out to have been ghosts of 2 rangers who died on the job in 1939. Oh man, that brings Ghostbusters to a whole new level, kind of. If you die on the job, just retire. You don't gotta be arresting people. What happens when the handcuffs don't work? But not only do people see ghosts in this area, it is also around the home of the Jersey Devil himself, so obviously they see creatures as well. From a hellhound, aka Wolfie, an experimental albino wolf dog, to monkeys and unidentifiable hybrids, there are many things of supernatural origin lurking around this area. So not only do you gotta deal with ghosts, you gotta deal with monkeys and monsters, so try to don't go to New Jersey. And we'll talk about one more, the Vanishing Hitchhiker. The Vanishing Hitchhiker is an urban legend, which is a folklore story as old as time, but this one happens to take place in Jamestown, North Carolina. And the hitchhiker's name is Lydia. Most North Carolinians know the urban legend of Lydia's Bridge, the hitchhiking ghost. The story begins with a young man driving down a winding road through Jamestown late at night. It's well after midnight on a foggy night, and his eyelids are growing heavy as he makes the trek back to High Point. Through the rainy mist, he just barely sees the ghostly white figure of a pale woman in a white dress standing beneath the curved bridge and waving her long, thin arms in the air. He pulls over to give the mysterious hitchhiker a ride. He makes small talk with the woman, who answers his questions in solemn whispers and seemingly hauntingly sad. Her home is in High Point. When they arrive at her home, he gets out of the car to come around and open the door, but when he gets to the passenger side, she's gone. Assuming she had been rushed into her home, he goes to knock on her door to make sure she gets inside safely. Knock, knock. Instead of the ethereal Lydia, a very old woman answers the door. Confused, he asks if Lydia is inside. Lydia's been dead for years, says the old woman, her eyes filling with tears. She was my daughter, and it seems she's still trying to get home. I don't get spooked by much, but that one genuinely kind of gave me goose pimples down my arms. Imagine giving a ghost a ride home. I couldn't even fathom that. Like, seeing one out of the corner of your eyes thinking you saw something is insane. But imagine driving down the road and being like, so you play Mario Kart, and this girl's just like, I thought good at it. And then you get her home and she's a ghost. Oh man, that's bone chilling. But lastly, before we wrap up the video, let's check out some footage of haunted highways. YouTube, here we come. Don't copyright your boy. I'm trying to share your clout. God damn, my keyboard's sticky. Not like that. Alright, this is a ghost apparently sighted in Arizona. Whoa, okay, I did see something. I thought it was gonna be more prominent. We get that slow down footage. I almost missed it. And I hate when I have to look back. It looks like that's way too small to be a child. That looked like the ghost of like a bottle. That looked like the ghost of like a Powerade bottle. So maybe that could be something. He was going to attend a marriage, but then this happened. Like he was gonna get married. Did bro just post a video of him being like, "Hey hon, I'm not getting married because of this"? Because that's a flex. It's kind of creepy footage, honestly. Oh yeah, that's literally as fake as it gets. It's literally just someone wearing a bedsheet. It's probably his mistress. He's like, "Hey girl, I don't want to get married, so like, let's act like you're a ghost on the road and it will get me out of my marriage." That was disappointing. But that is the video, guys. It is finally the spooky season. Let's turn this channel up. So please, 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 if you mess with this type of content, subscribe. Give me a thumber. Hit that ding-a-ling button harassing you, telling you, hey, it's me, I'm here, and I'm gonna say it 1 time for the 1 time and 2 time for the O's. Give me a hell yeah for horror, and don't drive down that highway alone.